So Samsung has just pulled back the curtain on its shiny and expensive new wearable for you rich folk, the Galaxy Watch 3, which boasts numerous upgrades and improvements over the previous generation. Now, for any confused Samsung fans out there, no, there wasn't actually a Galaxy Watch 2. Samsung skipped the number 2 entirely because they were worried people would get confused with the Galaxy Watch Active 2. And fair play, because people are pretty dumb. And like those Note smartphones, the new Galaxy Watch 3 ain't too cheap. Any skint or tight-ost viewers may want to look away now, because the dinky 41mm model will set you back 399 quid, while that bigger 45mm offering could be yours for 20 quid more. And I've had both of these spangly Samsung smartwatches strapped to my pale, spindly wrists, and here's my full-on tour and early impressions of that Samsung Galaxy Watch 3. And for more than the latest greatest tech, please do subscribe and ding that notifications bell. Cheers! Now, like the Note 20 phone, Samsung is all about its Mystic colours here on the Galaxy Watch 3. That stainless steel body comes in a choice of Mystic Black or Mystic Silver for the 45mm version, while the smaller 41mm model comes in Mystic Silver or Mystic Bronze. No matter your choice, you also get a premium leather strap, so you can look all fancy, and the 45mm watch only has a black band, while the 41mm can be nabbed in either black or pink. Both sizes seem to fit absolutely fine on my pathetic childlike wrists, which was an absolute relief, and they look pretty slick too. The Galaxy Watch 3 is undeniably chunky like most smartwatches, but also lighter than the previous generation at 48 and 53 grams respectively, so they are very comfortable to wear. Those bezels are pretty slim too, which means plenty of room for some hot screen action. Speaking of which, it's a 1.2 incher on the 41mm watch and 1.4 inches on the bigger model. Besides the size difference, it's basically the same gorgeous AMOLED display on both, pumping out crisp, colourful and super bright images as always. Right here, it's not even at half brightness, and yet that watch screen is still clearly visible under strong studio lights. And you can really test out the brightness with this flashlight feature as found in the pull-down settings menu. That screen can probably light up a modestly sized aircraft hangar. Great news if you need a bit of help finding the bogs in the wee hours. And the Galaxy Watch 3 is as tough as mutton vindaloo as well. You've got a nice bit of Gorilla Glass plate in there on the display, so it doesn't matter if you're having to flail about with your arms and smack stuff all the time. Samsung's Tizen OS is once again on board with a few little tweaks and fiddles to make it even more lovely than before. Once again, you can navigate through those rich, colourful screens using the touch controls or that fully rotatable bezel, though of course the bezel is the sexier option of the two. You also have two physical buttons sprouting from the crown. The top one wakes the watch and takes you back to the main watch face, while the second one pops up a scrollable menu of all of your installed apps. You've got quite a lot of apps packed on there to begin with, including the usual fitness bits, weather and news, jobbies, and so on. And as always, you can download a ton more from the Samsung online app store, though you won't want to go too nuts, as you've only got 8 gigs of storage on the watch to use up. And of course, you've got to share that with your music as well if you want to stream your tracks direct from that as you're pounding the pavement or doing whatever. Swipe right from the watch face and you'll get your notifications menu, which sadly I did not get the chance to test out. But Samsung reckons that this feature has been given a full spit polish as well, so handling your notifications, replying to them and such forth should be even easier than your mum after half an Aperol spritz. Swipe left to scroll through the various widgets, which are as usual completely customizable. You can remove any that you think are a bit cack and add in from a huge selection based on your apps. Many of them health stat based, so you can see if you've earned that bag of pork scratchings, plus the usual media controls, schedule shenanigans, and etc. You've also got a really good selection of pre-installed watch faces here on the Samsung Galaxy Watch 3, with all sorts of funky analog and digital options, along with the ability to stick up a treasured family photo and other stuff besides. And most of these watch faces are customizable, of course, so you can tweak the colours and configure the complications as well. And if you get bored of all that lot, you can always download some fresh faces from the online store. The Samsung Galaxy Watch 3 does serve up single band Wi-Fi support, so you can download apps and watch faces and all of that shenanigans direct from the internet without having to go via your smartphone. And there's also a full LTE support as well via an eSIM if you want a cellular connection to just bypass your smartphone entirely. And in fact, yes, there is a built-in microphone and a speaker as well, so you can even take calls directly through the Galaxy Watch 3. Although yes, unfortunately, you will still look like a complete tit if you do that in public. Like the Galaxy Watch Active, you once again have plenty of fitness features packed on here as well, although the design isn't quite as well suited to exercise, and you'll definitely want to swap out that snazzy leather band before getting all sweaty. As you'd expect, the Galaxy Watch 3 has a built-in heart rate monitor, can monitor your pulse 24 hours a day, and can also do a good bit of sleep tracking as well. And you do have a blood oxygen sensor on there too, and give you a bit of a nudge if it reckons you might have any pre-existing medical conditions. And likewise, the Galaxy Watch 3 also has built-in fall detection now as well, so it can automatically send off a message along with your last known GPS location if it detects you've had a bad one. Absolutely butt tons of exercise types can be tracked as usual, including your skinny dips as as well, because the Galaxy Watch 3 is fully IP68 water resistant, so it can survive to depths of around 50 meters. And you've got a good variety of indoor stuff as well as outdoor exercises. Good news if you're sticking indoors to avoid the plague. And when it's tracking your exercise session, loads of information flashes up on the Galaxy Watch 3's colourful screen. You can quickly scroll through it all just by using that watch bezel, which is great news for you stats junkies. And of course you can easily control your music as well, get a bit of motivational Spotify playlist action on the go, bit of Avril Lavigne or S Club 7 or whatever it is you kids listen to these days. Now Samsung didn't actually tell us what chipset was powering the Galaxy Watch 3, but the performance was absolutely fine during my hands-on session. Definitely scrolling through the menus, super smooth, instant reactions to the bezel twist and the touchscreen, and of course your apps load instantly as well, so no problems. But definitely check back for my full Samsung Galaxy Watch 3 review to see if the performance holds firm all of the time. And one final deciding factor on which size of Galaxy Watch to get may come down to the battery life as well. That 45mm model has a 350mAh battery, while the smaller version trims that right the way down to a 247mAh cell. Of course, the smaller, more compact 41mm model also has a more dinky display to power as well, so will that make a difference? And bear in mind, you do always have the watch-only mode, which will keep you going for well over a month per charge, as well as various other power-saving modes that you can rely on, but I reckon you'll probably get a day or two of life per charge. Again, stay tuned for my full in-depth Samsung Galaxy Watch 3 review for all you need to know about the battery life and everything else. And there you have it, that's my full hands-on tour of the Samsung Galaxy Watch 3, the 41 and the 45mm version right now. What are your initial thoughts? Are you tempted by one? Definitely a bit on the pricey side, even more expensive than the base Apple Watch, but you know what? Some pretty tasty tech in there, so it could be good. Be great to hear your thoughts down in the comments below, and if you haven't already, please do poke subscribe and ding that notifications bell. Much obliged.